sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
A view of Lombard Street, and in the distance, the Bay Bridge joining San Francisco with Oakland. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve. A bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors, playing here at the Oracle Arena. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Spurs, Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2, and it's Splitter in at center. Well, going into last season, Thiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend, and even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made a tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
Now Parker, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Offensive rebound. No good with the layup. Now here's Iguodala. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Thompson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Parker against Curry. Duncan kicks to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And that one's good. Parker.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On its way from Curry for 2, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Green with a screen for Parker. It's stolen by Curry. Moving it up. And the dunk by Parker.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play. Utter disregard for his own safety.
Look at his teammates. They're just shaking their heads. I mean, he must have told them to look out for that one.
Here is Splitter. The Warriors making the shot. And Leonard gets it to go.
He can become a weapon for them if he gets going early from long range.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Curry. Again, Golden State.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Parker, here we go. Warriors with the rebound. Launches a 3. Another miss by Curry. Spurs shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field.
Spurs were able to take the top seed in the West once again and set themselves up for yet another deep playoff run.
Oh, that's blocked, and he gets it to go. The Warriors trail. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and another basket for Golden State.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back to a number of years where the number... Hammer time! Hammer time!
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Spurs have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Over in the corner, Green. Baseline try. Duncan. The Warriors pull it in. Iguodala's got his third rebound on the night. He feeds it to Barnes. Offensive rebound. And Green gets it to go.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Parker against Curry. Deflects the pass. Here's Duncan. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Duncan's got his second basket of the game.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
And he gets it to go.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Here's Mills. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, as you know, there are polls for just about everything in sports. Last year, Steph Curry was actually voted as the most trustworthy player in the league.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Offline with his 3. The Spurs have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Ginobili outside, and there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. .104 left in the first quarter. Bellinelli passes to Baines. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ginobili. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Spurs trail by 3. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. San Antonio shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. And so he hits both.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Now here's Curry, covered by Mills. It's intercepted. Ginobili with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bellinelli. Thompson with the rebound.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
3 seconds left. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Thompson's got 5 now.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Warriors ahead, up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast break.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Harrison Barnes is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Spurs trail by 3. Bellinelli dishes to Baines, and that is good. Baines has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for San Antonio. Warriors shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively.
Not so long ago, this Golden State Warriors franchise was in disarray, and boy, what a reversal it's been over the last few seasons. Excellent chemistry. It seems they have a real culture that players want to be a part of.
Now here's Barnes. He started closely.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Dishes it to Ginobili. Uncovered, and he drops that one in. And for the Warriors, that chemistry and culture, hard work really starts in the summers. You know, Steve, almost all the players coming in early to work together.
Well, that's how you get better. I mean, you really improve in the summer. in this league with the work you put in. And, you know, a lot of the Warriors players stick around the Bay Area and work every day. That's the kind of commitment it takes.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Andre Iguodala is perhaps the premier wing defender in the league. Dre himself said, "I used to always joke with my coaches, I could play defense in my sleep. But it's not just natural ability," he said. "There's another me in the league. They have the same things. Long arms, quick feet, and they can defend. They just choose not to do it." Kevin?
It comes from within, Doris. Thank you. Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Here's Mills. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. No good. Spurs trail by 5.
Marco Bellinelli with a career season playing for the Spurs in 2013-14. His best ever three-point percentage. In fact, he led the league in that category for the first half of the season.
Here's Iguodala. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Bellinelli, you couldn't have asked for a better situation than the Spurs offensively.
Yeah, they put their shooters in a great position to succeed, Kevin. A really good passing offense with a clear system, clear-cut system. Marco wasn't asked to create his shot as much, and that benefits him and his team.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Curry against Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. Takes it from 10. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Barnes against Duncan. A 3-ball, and that one's good. Barnes has got 7.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah. In fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. You know, Tony Parker really was a scoring point guard when he first came into the league. But over the course of his career, I think he's developed an excellent balance between creating his own offense and making plays for his teammates.
And for a player asked to handle the ball as much as he does, you know, Clark, Tony Parker does a great job protecting possession.
Well, I think part of it is his skill level. The other part is that Greg Popovich demands discipline and focus from his players, all of them, particularly his point guards.
Thompson. Rebound, San Antonio. Splitter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Parker kicks to Duncan. Passes to Green. 6 to shoot. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. .153 left now here in the second. Curry kicks to Thompson. Another 3 for Golden State.
That's like a layup for him. It's just wide open out there.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Here's Parker. He's got 6. There's 1:38 left in the first half of the game. He kicks it to Duncan. Knocked loose. Now the Warriors moving it up. Barnes got the ball, and Green slams it in.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
Another bucket in the paint? That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Park. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Curry gets to Green. The shot no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Parker against Curry. Parker outside. Parker left side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Splitter, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Thompson outside. No good on the triple.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Duncan with the screen on Curry. Parker passes to Duncan. The drive by Green, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. And now just a 4-point Warrior lead. Curry with 15 points in the game. Gets it off. What a play. He simply trains it in at the buzzer.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Warriors lead.
Thank you, Kevin.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 18 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those 3-point shots.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, he is using the long-range jumper to deadly effect, Clark.
Even as the Spurs continue to grow older, it's really hard to write them off. I mean, it's incredible how long this team has been ruling the roosts in the West and contending for championships.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spots.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
And guys, you know, if you look at the dominance for the Spurs, they have found younger players like Kawhi Leonard, for instance, Steve, to keep them on top.
Yeah, and then Popovich does such a good job of preserving their veterans, keeping their minutes down and resting them for the playoffs. So Popovich and the Spurs really kind of wrote the book on managing the regular season.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws. Harrison Barnes, the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. He's got prototypical size and athleticism for that small forward position. Still developing his overall game, but he's got enormous potential.
And Barnes, the top overall recruit of the nation coming out of high school in 2010.
Yeah, and really high expectations for him from a relatively young age. There's been some disappointment in his development, but with his work ethic, I think it's short-lived.
No good on the second free throw.
Well, you talk about the elite point guards in the NBA. A lot of times Tony Parker's name gets overlooked. Something about playing in San Antonio seems to keep you off the radar, but make no mistake, Parker is a true star and, most importantly, a proven winner.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, Spurs coach Greg Popovich is so highly respected by his peers. Thunder coach Scott Brooks said there are 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Pop winning 50 games. Dallas coach Rick Carlisle called him, quote, the best coach in any sport ever and the smartest man in the history of the world. Kevin, he wasn't joking.
High praise indeed. Thank you, Doris. And Parker Clark, a 6-time All-Star, 3-time NBA champion, heavily decorated player.
Yeah, he really is, and he's shooting to become the Spurs' first 20-year guy. Now, how crazy would that be? I mean, he came to the Spurs in 19, so he's got an outside chance at it. He says his body feels great.
Yep.
And the way Pop manages minutes for his guys, he thinks he can play at a high level for a long time. That'll be fun to watch to see if it happens that way.
Good story, you're right.
Yeah.
Curry against Parker. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Thiago Splitter. The Spurs making a switch here. Baines is checked in. Outside, Green. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He also wants to see a patient offense. Work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks again, Doris. There's Green with the 3. They get it back. The second chance effort. The shot, no good. Warriors leading by 11. Outside Curry. To the left side wing. From 11 feet away. And that one's good. Barnes. Barnes has got 11.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Pass to Leonard. Duncan with the screen for Leonard. Back to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You know, Golden State historically has always been a dangerous offensive team, but it's really their defensive improvement that triggered their elevation into the upper echelon of the NBA now.
Parker with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. Dennis Mills in for Tony Parker. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes, and cashing in.
Curry can't get it to go.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, it's not typical. I mean, they have been really dominant on the glass.
And Ginobili, here we go. Here's Baines. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Warriors leading by 11. Here's Thompson. Cans the shot from the wing. Thompson's got 10 points.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, it's really hard to find a more pure, accurate shooting stroke than Klay Thompson's. I mean, every season over 40% from distance, but he's working to diversify his offensive game. You know, he's posting up and using his ball handling skills to get inside something.
Here's Diaw. The shot is off, so Golden State will take it the other way. The shot, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game. And Thompson worked hard on his explosiveness and finishing. He predicted, Steve, a poster dunk last season and delivered against Kyle Singler. Remember that with the Pistons?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he's been trying to go inside more. And last year, he thought, you know, he'd have to work at it to get to the line more. Only averaged about 2 free throw attempts per game for his career. So that's the next step for him to be more aggressive attacking.
That's good.
It just seems like they've given him far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Patty Mills is one of the first indigenous Australians to play in the NBA. Trained at the same Australian Institute of Sport that helped develop Andrew Bogut. He played his college ball at St. Mary's in the Bay Area and has really developed into a nice backup point guard.
Splitter is checked in for the Spurs. And the official signaled a backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Boneheaded play, guys. Plain and simple.
Yep, brain fade is what I like to call it. There's no way they're getting out of the hole making mistakes like that.
6-second difference between shot and game play. Curry dishes to Green. Knocked away. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Spurs have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Both free throws good from Bellinelli. Here's Curry. He's got 24. Left side Curry. He gets it up. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. In a moment now to check out our State Farm assist of the game, and what a pass it was by a talented point guard.
Well, this is what he does. This is the kind of plays he's known for, Kevin.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Green is out there with Harrison Barnes. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Warriors leading by 13. Kicks to Iguodala. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. And that'll be his third foul so far. You can see the leadership qualities on display right there, guys.
It's all about communication, Kevin. You can't have too much of that as a team, and he's really leading, trying to gather his guys together.
Clark?
Well, I agree with all of that. I mean, when you're talking about orchestrating your offense and defense, that requires a lot of communication, understanding where people need to be and what everybody is doing right. And if mistakes are being made, those things have to be pointed out as well.
Leonard kicks to Green. Beyond the arc. Here's Duncan. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Duncan's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for San Antonio. Here's Curry with the 3. And good on the basket. Book it. And the Warriors lead by 14.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
That's right. I think it's time for them to start closing down. You've got to run shooters off that three-point line.
From 10 feet out, and Tim Duncan again.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Curry against Parker. Poked away. Puts it up from 12. Thompson with the bucket.
What a great possession, guys. Got a really good look there.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Parker passes to Duncan. Green dishes to Splitter. The pass to Green. Fires the 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
I like the defense, guys. Really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
No good. Great D that time from Leonard. Spurs trail by 14. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw a tackle over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. Well, Kawhi Leonard drafted 15th overall back in 2011. The pick acquired from the Indiana Pacers in a trade for George Hill.
And you know, at the time, Manu Ginobili said that he really didn't agree with the trade, made him angry. He had a real strong relationship with George Hill, liked his game. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans felt the same way, but even as Hill remains a heck of a player, the Spurs fans have to be happy. As a matter of fact, they are ecstatic with what Kawhi Leonard has been able to do and what he looks like he's going to do for many years to come.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Out to Duncan. Back to Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala.
And Leonard has been a great fit with the Spurs culture. Quiet, low maintenance, hardworking, not one for all the glitz and the glamour. You know, he owns one watch, they say. Just focused on basketball, not the lifestyle that it affords.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Nobody near Barnes. And another three for Golden State.
You talk about Leonard's work ethic. Instilled in him from his late father, lost tragically when Kawhi was only 16 years old. But his father used to put him to work at his car wash, made him run heels, and really embedded in him the value of hard work. And his dad's influence and legacy lives on in Kawhi.
And the shot is good.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points and root to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
The Warriors, a team with big ambition, from the plans for a new arena to a highly successful D-League team in Santa Cruz. This is a team on the rise.
Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Splitter, that's good.
The defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Curry passes to Barnes. Launches it. Rebound, San Antonio. Leonard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the Warriors not just looking to expand locally, but internationally as well, hoping to become the gateway team to China.
Yeah, much of the Bay Area's population and the Warriors fan base, most folks are of Asian descent. The Warriors unveiled a special Chinese New Year jersey, a nod to some of their fans here in the abroad. Pretty smart marketing work by the Warriors.
Parker dishes to Green. Kicks it out to Leonard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working. To get a good shot. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Warriors.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Curry. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
Splitter kicks to Parker. That 3 off the mark. Warriors have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Getting some solid looks for them. Thompson with the bucket.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
It's Parker with the drive. The dish to Green. Here's Duncan. Right through the D for the layup.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
Parker against Curry. Pass to Barnes. For the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
Green kicks to Splitter. Leonard the pass to Splitter. And there's a nice one-handed slam. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow. He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one. They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. Fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving philosophy behind how this team strives to be the most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment, and we know that that's going to put us in a good position to win every single night. Is if we bring the effort, multiple efforts at each possession, where you might get beat, but you got to get back in the play. If God's going to help you, you help him. We care about each other, so we want to make sure that nobody's left out to dry, and I think that's a big factor. And we're just relentless on defensive end.
Congratulations, Steph. Great.